Nestled in historic downtown Apex, there's a place where you can experience the wonders of craft beer. Enjoy a wide selection of beers from North Carolina, the U.S., and around the world. And it's only at the Beer Dispensary.
Hi, I'm Glenn. This is Dave. We're the NC Beer Guys. We drink beer produced here in North Carolina, provide our opinions to them here on our weblog, and also on our website, ncbeerguys.com. Remember, drink local and keep your beer dollars in North Carolina. I am excited today.
There he is.
And very pleased. We are drinking the DevilsTramping Ground Tripel out of the Aviator Brewing Company down in Fuquay Varina. And I'll just say up front,
He loves it.
This triple is my favorite triple, maybe my favorite craft beer of all time. It's also one of the first triples I ever had, and one of the first craft beers I ever had.
So basically, it says that he found a love right away. It changed his life,
and it was a little bit of a learning process, and we'll talk about that in a minute, a little bit. The Aviator crowd won the gold medal at the NC State Fair competition with the DevilsTramping Ground a year or two back. Aviator is located at 209 Technology Park Lane in Fuquay, just south of Raleigh. They initially started in November 2008 in an airplane hangar, brewing in 2 used 300-gallon dairy tanks. They've come a long way since then. They now operate the Aviator Tap House, which opened in September 2009, in the old Varina train depot, so people could have a place to go other than to the tap room in the brewery and drink the beer. And then they opened the Aviator SmokeHouse in March of 2011 as a complement to the Tap House, which is right across the street on Broad Street.
Yep.
Of the DevilsTramping Ground, which is now available in 12-ounce cans.
Yep.
And I've not had it in the cans, so this will be a good experience for me. And of course in kegs and sixtels. And comes in a very respectable 9.2% ABV, and triples are known for their high alcohol content. Aviator says this hearty Belgian ale, triple, will, quote, grow hair in places you don't want. I want it to grow hair in places I want hair, but I don't care about the places I don't want hair. They describe the triple as golden colored ale that has a fruity, spicy flavor that finishes a bit sweet and is light in tasting from the addition of candy sugar. And they say they add just the right amount of hops to balance out the sweetness. For those of you who don't know a lot about triples, just a brief little bit of beer education. The name triple traditionally comes from the fact that the brewers in the brewing process use about 3 times the amount of malt that they use in a regular simple. And also the triples are notoriously high alcohol content and sweet, coming from the use of the cane sugar. Mm-hmm. And there's a quote on Beer Advocate I like, so I'll just give it to you. It said, triples are notoriously alcoholic, yet the best crafted ones hide this character quite evil-like and deceivingly, making them sipping beers. So it might be a sipping beer, but it will knock you on your butt if you sip enough of it.
Well, and the one thing I like about triples is they're one of the few that are pure beers. They use less. They use a lot of malt to get the sugar level up, to give it the high alcohol, and then of course they use the sugar. But they're one of the ones that they don't load a ton of hops and load a ton of the malts in there and all different varieties. They're very, very simple recipes, and they give a great beer from a simple recipe, and that is really cool.
And a beer that's quite different,
yes,
than any you've had maybe. And it's just, like I said, I'm just a real fan of it. The first time I had it, it came on a little strong for me. I was new to craft beer, and I was thinking, number one, that I thought the ABV was a little high for just
back then,
for what it was.
Yep.
And I also found it a little sweet initially, and I've either grown accustomed to it, but like I said earlier, it's just one of my all-time favorites, and I'm just anxious to share it with you guys today.
That's right. And
so the aroma is very fruity and sweet.
You can't smell sweet.
No,
oh my God! Do I have to keep telling you that?
I think it smells sweet. Traditionally, they have more head than this. I mean, a triple sometimes will have a little bit.
I didn't go nuts with it.
Yeah, but
port. Yeah, I like the aroma.
Yeah, I think it's just very appealing on the aroma too. And then, of course, go ahead.
I didn't get. I mean, with the sip, I didn't get. It's not super sweet to me now, and I guess maybe it's the same thing. You've had so many beers, and when you have sweet, I mean, sours and all these other different ones you have, maybe you get accustomed to something like this, and if you've never had one before like this, and you get it, you're like, whoa.
Well, and then you drink so many of the porters and the stouts with the chocolate and the
Yeah.
flavors.
Yeah.
This comes not so much as flavor,
Right.
but in fact, it's, as you said, it's kind of a pure beer experience.
Yep.
I think I think the malt comes through nicely. And the bodies of these triples are just so well bodied.
Yep. The bodies are well bodied.
The body is so prominent, and I just think it holds itself well. The aftertaste is good.
I mean, this is not, believe me, it is not a session beer.
And I don't really think it drinks like one.
No, it doesn't.
It's too strong. It's too flavorful and too prominent
yes.
to just settle in for all afternoon.
No, this is one that you want to get, and you know, beer is enough. You have one, you enjoy it, just because it's great to have every so often.
Yeah, it kind of recalibrates you in some ways.
I think so.
I think so too. I think it's just a great beer. The Aviator products are available in most of North Carolina and South Carolina, and they're now in Virginia and expanding more and more from Fuquay. And they're readily available here in the grocery stores and lots of places. So you will see some, they have also moved away from the bottles totally now.
Right. Yep.
So they're just canning. So if you are familiar with the Aviator products that you used to see in the bottles, you have to look for the cans now. And they've always got the greatest graphics.
So it's got the killer artwork on them. And the other thing also is, don't forget, when you're in the area and you want to go down, you're in Fuquay, you do the tour, they have this new tap room they opened up in the back.
That's right.
It's great. I mean, it's a nice job back there.
And I've not been in the tap room, but the SmokeHouse is wonderful, the restaurant.
Yep.
So I mean, they've got just about anything you want there, and you can't beat the variety of beer. They have many other good brews too. So
yep, that's right.
They're local people who've done well in the craft beer market, and some of the leaders now in the craft beer area. And we're just fortunate to have them, and I just love what they're doing, especially like the DevilsTramping Ground Triple.
That's right.
If you get a chance, go out and try some Aviator beer. I would suggest you try the Triple.
Yep.
But form your own opinions about that. Let us know what you're doing, what you're thinking. And Aviator's always pleased to hear back from their people and to see you on their premises. And they do great brew tours too in their brewery. Till next time, remember, drink local, keep your beer dollars in North Carolina, and we'll catch you later, guys.